Hello everyone, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I'm Kishore and today I'll be solving a Sudoku titled Disordinal. This Sudoku was created by Riffclown and it has been taken from CTC Discord server. And whenever we post Riffclown Sudokus, they've always been enjoyed by majority of our viewers. And I thought, why not? And I also discovered Riffclown Sudokus to be absolute pearls. They are such a joy to solve. So this Sudoku caught my eye yesterday and I thought of making a video on this Sudoku. The rules are each row, each column and each irregular shaped region inside the grid will have digits 1 to 9. And then you have German whisper rules. In each of these green lines that you see on the grid, the adjacent digits will differ by at least 5. So let's say we have a 2 here, then this digit can only be 7, 8 or 9. The difference is at least 5 between these two cells on all the cells. And okay, those are the rules and you can find the link to solve this in the description of the video. So please do give it a shot yourself and come back and watch the video. Hope this video is enjoyable to our viewers. So I'll start the Sudoku now. So on a German whisper line, something to observe is you can never have a 5 on a German whisper line. And that is because to have a difference of at least 5, you need the digit 0 or 10 on the grid, right? So a German whisper line can never contain a 5. So, and with that, we can say that in row 5, 5 needs to be here. You can also look at column 5 and say that 5 is here. And by the way, this is a live solve. I forgot to add that. So, and look at this too. This needs to have a difference of at least 5. So it can only be 7, 8 and 9. And which means this can only be. So on German whisper lines, the grouping of digits will always be 1, 2, 3, 4 in one cell and 6, 7, 8, 9 in another cell in some order, right? That will always be the grouping in any German whisper Sudoku. So once you deduce that, one of the cells is going to be from the grouping 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at this cell. This is from 1, 2, 3, 4. You know that this cell is 6, 7, 8, 9. So next will be 1, 2, 3, 4 and next will be 6, 7, 8, 9. And you can eliminate 2 from here. And of course 4 is also can be eliminated because to have a difference of 5, 4 needs 9 on either side. That's the only option 4 can have. So 4 is also eliminated. Now let's see. Okay, we can use some irregular in-out ideas, I think. Look at this cell. This digit, whichever goes in here, cannot repeat in any of these cells because it's in the same region. So these are going to be the same. Let's just give them a color. Maybe blue should be good. Okay, so look at the fours. The author has given them for some reason. In column 1, where does the 4 go? 4 cannot be in any of these 4 cells. 4 cannot be in any of these 3 cells because they are in the respective regions. That gives the 4 in column 1 into these 2 cells. And due to classic, we can remove the 4 from here. That gives me a 4 here, which instantly gives me another digit. This has to be a 9. And now I know this must be from grouping 1, 2, 3 and this must be from 6, 7, 8, 9. Of course 9 can't be here. So where do I go next? Okay, I can't have 3 in any of these 4 cells, right? The 3 given has also been introduced for a specific reason. Just a second, I need to connect my charger. So 3 is also given for a specific reason, right? So that gives the 3 in here. Okay, and in order to have a difference of at least 5, you can't have 6 and 7 here because that would violate the German whisper part. So that becomes 8. So now we need to place 1, 2, 6, 7 inside these 4 cells. And 1 and 2 are from the same grouping, so which means they go into these 2 cells or these 2 cells, right? We don't know yet. So let us just place them 1, 2, 6 and 7. A small thing to observe here is you can eliminate 6 from these cells, and I'm able to instantly say these deductions because I have solved German Whisper Sudokus previously, and I know that 6 can have a digit only one near it, and even 4. The same way 4 can only have the digit 9 near it. So if you have 6 here, to satisfy German Whisper part, both needs to be 1, and that will create a problem. So 6 is removed from these two cells. That gives me a 6 in either of these cells. So if this is 6, its counterpart 7 must go here. And if this is 6, its counterpart 7 must go here. So which means that we can remove 7 always from these cells, because of the adjacent grouping part, we can remove 7 from this cell and this cell. There is no way to put the 7s in there. So let's look at this. What is this? Looks like a, what is that called? Catapult. Let's look at this region. 1, 2, 3, 6 and 7. So we need to place 4, 5, 8 and 9 in here. And 5 can never be on a German Whisper line. So this must be 4, 8 or a 9. So what would be the best place to continue here? So let's use some Sudoku in here. If you look at this region, this Z-shaped region, right in the middle of the grid, and ask where does the 3, 4 go? You have 3, 4 as givens here. They can't be in these 3 cells. And that introduces 3, 4 into these 3 cells. 4 cannot be here. 4 cannot be here. So that gives me 4 here. So perhaps we can place all the 4s at the start of the grid. Let's have a look at the 4 in column 5 because it's constrained heavily. 4 can't be here, and of course 4 cannot be in the middle of the line, as we just saw here. 6 cannot be in these two cells, and 4 cannot be here for the same reason. If you have here, then both of these cells need to be at least 9, which is not possible. There is only one 9 in a Sudoku grid. So that gives me a 4 here and a 9 here. Now we need to place 1, 2 or 3 here and a 6, 7 or 8 here. This 9 removes the 9 from this cell, so that's 7 or 8, and 9 is also removed from here using Sudoku. I hope these digits are visible to you. They are a little bit obscured by the thick green lines. So what did we do? We placed a 3 in these two cells. Can this be a 3? If you have a 3 here, this cell must be at least 8 or 9 in order to have a difference of 5. And this 9 gives me an 8 here, so no problem. So coming over to this cell, this also must be 8 or 9. But you can see that both 8 and 9 are already placed in the grid. So a 3 can never be in this cell. That would violate the whisper part. So that is a 3 now. Okay, where does the 5 go in this region? 5 can't be on a German whisper line, can't be here, cannot be here by using classic rules. That gives a 5 here. 4 removes the 4 from this cell. It's already such a fun to solve, guys. I don't know why his Sudokus have always such property. It's so interesting and fun to solve. Okay, so if I look at this Z-shaped region again, 2, 3, 4, 5 have been placed. I need to place 1, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Notice that 6 cannot be eliminated from here because these two cells are in different regions. So you can perfectly have a 6 in the middle of the line and just put 1 in both of these cells. They only apply when the line is straight, either horizontally or vertically. So 6 can't be easily eliminated from here. So I was thinking that I could remove the 6 and place 6 in these 3 cells, putting a corner, but it's not to be so. Okay, let me put some pencil marks into these cells. They can be only 1 out of 1, 2, 6 and 7. I'm wondering if it would be worthwhile to fill this cell in. I'm going to fill it only if there are few candidates. So if I have a 4 here, 9 is forced in here. And if I have 8 or 9 here, this must be 1, 2, 3 and 4. And 3 and 4 are eliminated. So summing up, this can only be 1, 2 or 9. No other possibility can go into this cell. Okay. So can we use the in-out rule of irregular here? Looks interesting. Okay, and for some of you, for those of you who may be wondering, what is the in-out rule? So I'll just explain them. So imagine that there is a vertical line between columns 3 and 4 of the grid here. So if you look at this area, imagine that there is a line dividing the grid here. And if you look at the left side of that line, you have a region which is perfectly inside that, and you also have a region which is partially inside that. These two cells are going out, and you also have another region which has 5 cells inside that with these 4 cells going out. So to total, you can say that 6 cells are going outside the imaginary line from 3 regions. And we know that those 3 columns to the left of the imaginary line will have 3 sets of digits 1 to 9. Now from these 3 regions, we are removing some digits and throwing them outside towards the right of the line. Now, if you again look towards the left of the line, you will notice that these 6 cells are coming towards the left from the right of the line. These 6 digits went towards the right. These 6 cells went towards the right, and these 6 cells are coming from the right towards the left. So now whatever digits we have thrown towards the right of the line must be balanced by the digits which are coming in here, right? Otherwise, how would you preserve the balance of 3 sets of digits 1 to 9? I stated that there would be 3 sets of digits 1 to 9 to the left of the line, and we have thrown some digits outside from there, and it is being compensated by some digits which are coming from the right. So which means that the pink cells, the digits in pink cells are exactly the same as the digits in orange cells. So if you notice, I saw that there are 5 cells which have already been pencil marked except one cell. And look at this cell and this cell. Where does the 3 in pink cell go in the orange set? Awesome, it has to go here. I'm not sure if this is the intended trick at this point, but the moment I saw this is really beautiful. And I removed the color from these 2 cells just to explain this concept. Now we can try to place these 5 digits in all of these pink cells. I'm thinking if it would be worth it. That would give us a lot of pencil marks. Okay, so I have 3 9 placed in this region, I have 3 9 placed in this region. So all these 5 cells can't take a 3 9, and that gives me a 3 9 corner in these 4 cells, and 3 gets removed from here. So I still feel that we can do something with the irregular part, and there is more that I think we can explore. 4 5 6. So do we need to fill in these digits? Will they be useful? Okay, so at this point it's slightly tough. I'm not sure what I'm missing here. Oh, okay. So where does the 4 go in? This region. There is only one cell left. 4 has to go here. And now we can continue with our journey of 4s. So 4 goes in these two cells, removing the 4 from this cell, and that is a really breakthrough kind of reduction, one can say, because I know the grouping of one digit on the line. So this will be from 1 2 3 4. This has to be 1 2. That would be 6 7 8 and 9. So I place 4 in here. 4 gets removed from this cell, and you have a 5 8 9 triplet in this catapult region. That gives me a 4 here, and that resolves this 4 pointing pair. Now we can place 4 in the column 9, which is going to be the final 4 in the grid. 4 goes here. Okay, 5 must go in these two cells. So if you look at this cell, I keep coming back to this line. The reason is because I've been able to eliminate 2, 3 and 4. If only I could eliminate 1 from here, I would instantly know that these two cells are from 6, 7, 8, 9 grouping, and this must be from 1, 2, 3, 4. But 1 is very much possible in this cell. So can't do anything there. Okay, let me write the possibilities here, even though they are in excess of 4 digits. So you can eliminate 3, 4 and 9 here. Of course, 5 also cannot be here because it's on a German whisper line. Now we stated at the start that this must be same as this cell, because this cell has to be in row 9 and it cannot be in any of these 8 cells. So both of these are equal. So this becomes the same as that. Okay, 8 can be eliminated from here because 8 needs 3 or 4 in this cell and both are eliminated. So this is not 8. So that's also 1 2 6 and 7. Okay, so if you look at this given tree, it would have to be in any of these 4 cells, and that is beautiful because look where the 3 goes in this region. It would also be in these 6 cells, right? Yellow cells, and in this region, this what is this? This is like an umbrella. The umbrella shaped region. 3 is again in rows 1 and 2. So which means that for rows 1 and 2 we have got our 2 threes. The quota of 2 threes is over. So this cannot be another 3, right? So the 3 in this region is pushed in here. So I'll remove the colors here. And from here, okay, so 3 is in here. So looking at the 3s again, a 3 here would force an 8 here, 7 here, a 1 here and a 6 here, which seems to be okay. Ah, nice. This cannot be a 3. I mean, it's kind of tough to see in this maze of deductions. So if this is 3, for a 3 we know that we need 2 digits which are at least starting from 8. But you know that 9 is already used here. So if you have a 3 here, you either have 6 or a 7 here, and that would both lead to a contradiction. Let's say you have an 8 here. This is satisfied. What would you put here? You will put a 6 or a 7, and both are leading to contradictions, which means this is not a 3, that's a 1. And we know that 6 would have to go with the 1, so 6 has to go here. This is not 6, that's 7 8. So this is 2 3. and 2 is here, so that's a 3, and instantly we know what is this going to be. So that's 8, that is 7, so that's a bonus deductions, right? We got a lot of digits, that's really fun. So this one gives me a 2 here, so now this is not a 6 because of difference 5. This is 7, 8, 9. So where do I go to effectively tackle? 3, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8. So these three cells are like sitting ducks. 1, 6 and 9. Okay, I have 1, 2, 4 and 6 here, and a 3 and 8 staring down at these two cells. So they must be 5, 7, 9. Okay, 2 can't go here. This is 1, 6, 7. I seem to be stuck again a bit here. Let me look at it. Okay, this can't be 2. So this cannot be a 1, because we know that these two are from the same grouping. So if this is 1, its friend must go into here, which is a 2. So this cannot be a 1, because we just removed the 2 from here. So this cannot be a 1. Okay, so 6 is in these two cells, and which means its friend must be in these two cells. So this becomes a 1, 7 pair now, because we already made a corner of 7 in here, right? So that's 1, 7, and that becomes 2, 6. Can we resolve this pair? That would be really useful. Don't think it can be resolved. Okay, the 3 in this region has to be in these two cells only, because it can't be here. You have a 3 here, so that goes into these two cells, and that this 3 removes the 3 from here, giving me a 3 here, and that gives a 3 in one of these cells. So if I look at this cell, it cannot be 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6. So it can only be 7, 8 and 9, and 7 is removed, so that's an 8 and 9. Awesome. So we get a pair in column 7, 8, 9 pair. That removes the 9 from this cell. 9 goes in one of these two cells in the Z-shaped region. 3, 4, 8, 9, 5. So these would be 1, 2, 6 and 7. Okay. Okay, this is a really nice deduction. Can you have a 1 in this cell? Not possible. And it looks really random to ask suddenly at a very random looking cell. The reason is, if you have, I started by looking at this cell. If you have a 6 here, this would have to be a 1, right? To have the German whisper difference of 5 at least. And if you have a 1 here, it would still be a 1. So 1 is in one of these two cells for sure, and that removes the 1 from that cell. So that's a 6 and 9, and that's how I arrived at this reduction. So let me remove this corner now. Okay, so not easy to look into this. So 9 cannot be in this row in this region. So 9 is going into these 3 cells. So I'm asking if this can be a 9. So if this is a 9, so the 9 gets into this cell, giving a 9 here. Okay, I don't think there is any problem in that. One deduction which I seem to be missing here. Okay, look at this cell. It cannot be a 5, it cannot be 1, 3, 4 and 9. So this can only be 2, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so this cannot be a 6. If this is a 6, then we need a 1 here, but 1 is already eliminated. So we are just squeezing water out of stone here, removing one by one the reductions. So this is 1 or 9. Does that reduce the possibilities here? I don't think so. So if this is 1 and 9, a 6 must be in these cells. So this cannot be 6. That's 1, 2 and 7. This is hard. I can remove the 9 from this cell. A tough one to see. If I place a 9 in this cell, look what happens. The 9 is removed due to classic, and 9 is also removed from this cell due to this being in the same region. So that removes 9 from column 7. So this is not 9. So that gives me a 9 in one of these two cells in row 4. So that's not 9. And 6 in row 3 has only two cells, either this cell or this cell. That's not moving the Sudoku. So where do I think, okay, this region maybe we can look at. Okay, let's see. I noticed that 6 is not here, so 6 must be in one of these two cells. And this is 6, this is 1. One can of course go here in row 1. Okay, so I was thinking if one can be reduced to these cells. We haven't used this in-out rule part yet, right? So there is an 8 here which need to be placed. Let me put the color in here. These 6 cells were the cells which are coming inside. So 8 must be in any of these 3 cells exactly once. So is that helpful? So one thing to see is because the orange cells don't contain a 5, the pink cells will also not contain a 5. So 5 is not here. That gives a 5 in here for this region, which means this must be a 7, 8 and 9. So if I have a 5 here, I also have a 6 in here. So 3, 4, 8, 5 and 6. So this must be a 1, 2, 7 and 9. Okay, so we are just pencil marking heavily here. So can this be a 9? If that is 9, so the 9 in this region is forced here. The 9 is forced here. Okay, that can be a 9, right? There's no problem in that. Am I seeing something here? If this is a 9, I'm looking at it again. So 9 is forced in here. 9 is forced in here. So for this region, I would have the 9s in here. And I would have the 9s in here, which means for these 3 9s, 9 would be again here. Oh, this is too tough to guys. So Riffclown, is this the intended break-in? So if the author happens to watch until this point, this cannot be a 9 guys. Tough one to see. If this is a 9, let me show this in orange. Look how the 9s are playing out. This becomes 9 because you have an 8-9 pair here. And the 9 in this umbrella shaped region is reduced here. And we know that the 9 in this region would be reduced here. Now where do you place the 9s in here? You already have a 9 here. And rows 1 and 2 already have 2 9s here. And there is no place for placing this line. Awesome. Very tough to see. So that's a 1. Now this is not 1, that's 6 and 7. That's not 2, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we are getting somewhere. So the fact that pink is containing a 1 means that the orange has a 1. So I have 3, 4, 8, 9 and 1 and 6 here. So which means this would be 2, 5, 7 with a 5 of course going in here. So 1 is removed from here using classic. This 1 is here. And because of 1, superb guys, we are getting many digits now. So this becomes 6, that becomes 9 and 6 gives a 1 here instantly. That resolves this 1 7 pair, which means these 2 digits can be resolved. So that's a 6, that's a 2, and 2 removes the 2's from here, and 6 is also removed from here. That's 1 and 7. So 1 is here, so this cannot be a 1. That's 7, that's 1. 7 is removed from here using classic. 1 is removed from here, so 1 goes here. Superb. So this will also be 1 or 2 because these two are from the same grouping. So that's 1 and 2. This would be 6, 7, 8 and 9. Can't be a 9, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this seems to be the break-in deduction guys, really. But whether this is the way to look at it, I would ask the author himself. So 1, 3, 5, 4 and 7. So we need 2, 6, 8 and 9 in here. And 6 is removed from these cells. 9 is removed from these cells. And 1 is here, so this must be from 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 2 is also not here, that's 6, 8. So we have a 6, 8 pair, which means this becomes 2, 9 pair. And 9 resolves that instantly. So 9 and 2, that becomes a 5, 7 pair. Superb guys, what is Sudoku, really awesome. So the 9 is removed from this cell, so that gives a 9 here. This becomes a 5, 8 pair. That gives 8 here, which resolves this 8, 5. Superb. 2, 5, 6, 8, 4 and 9. So which means these 3 cells must be 1, 3, 7. This is not 1. So I kind of understand why viewers seem to prefer these kind of Sudokus. The thrill is just unmatchable. Whenever we post a Sudoku by Riffclown, the parameters are always good for the video. 1, 3, 5, 4 and 9. So we need 2, 6, 7, 8 in here. And these two cells are equal, so this must also be a 1 and 2. And you have 1 here, so this must be a 2, this must be a 2. 2 is removed from here, giving the 2 in row 7 into this cell. And you have 5, 7 pair here, so this is not 7, that's a 6. That removes the 2 from here, 7, 9. 8 is here, so this is not 8, that's 7, 9. So now I know the contents of the pink region because I have placed all the digits in the orange region. So 1 and 3 are placed already, even 1, 2, 3 are placed. So we need to place 6, 8 and 9. So these two cells must be 6, 8 and 9, and this will also be 6, 8 and 9. But there is a 7 in here which doesn't find its place in the orange region, so that's a 9. Awesome. That's a 6, 8. And that's a 5, 7. That's a 9. So now row 9 can be focused. The laser beam can be directed at row 9. This would be 3, 5, 7. 7 in here removes the 7 from this cell. Row 3 can be reduced 1, 3, 4, 2, 5, 7, 8. So this will be 6, 9. Okay, I have a 6, 7, 8 pair in column 2. That removes the 7 from this cell. So that's a 5, that's a 7. 7 is already removed from here. Okay, the only digit left in here is 1. Now row 4 can be placed easily. Okay, 1 in column 9. Where does it go? Only one cell. That's a 3, 7 now. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 7, 9. So this would be 3, 5, 6, 8. So 3 and 6 gets removed. That's a 5, 8. So the fact that 2 is here means this cannot be a 6. It needs a difference of at least 5. So that's 7 and 8. Am I missing something simple here? So look at row 8. The final digits can be placed. You have 2, 3, 7, 9, 4, 6, 8. And which means this one resolves this. This is a 5. That's a 1. 5 gives me a 7 here. Finishing off row 4. And this becomes 8 because of the 7. Giving me 6. Giving me 7. This can be placed now. That's an 8. That's a 6. And column 3 can be finished now. That's a 2. And this column can be finished. That's a 6. And which means this digit in the same region cannot be 6. That's a 9. Giving a 6 here. This can be placed 3, 4, 7, 9, 1, 2, 6. So that's a 5, 8. And you have a 5, 8 pair in row 1. So that's a 7. That's a 5. That's a 5. That's 8. That's 8. This would be 2 to complete the row. And now these 3 cells can be placed, I think. 1, 4, 5, 2, 6, 8. There must be 3, 7, 9. 7, 9 gives me a 3 here. And 9 here places the 9 and the 7. So column 9 can be completed. That's a 3. That's a 5. That's a 7. That's 6 and that's 8. And yes, the timer has stopped and we have completed this absolutely beautiful deduction by Riffclown. What a Sudoku, really. There were some really awesome deductions. For instance, noticing that this orange region, kind of in L shape, will be the same as these cells using the in-out rule of irregular. And also the final nail in the coffin of the Sudoku was, I think, row 3, column 3, noticing that this cannot be a 9. That was really tough to see. And what a stunning Sudoku by Riffclown. Really beautiful construction. And I was happy to make a video on this Sudoku. Hopefully you people enjoyed watching this too. Please leave a like and a comment under the video. And if you enjoy our channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.